3, go. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to another day of Be Agile Scrum. And today we are getting started with the day 3. Day 3, even though we are at day 3, day 1 was much of the intro, informative, not informative, much of the intro. Day 2 became informative. And day 3, we are shifting the gears. But still, since we are shifting the gears, we are going to get started with the core value. Why core value? Because this is going to protect our vision together as is to get placed. And that's the reason we are going to get started with code of honor. Code of honor is nothing but a reminder for you and me and for everyone who are on this journey with one vision. And one vision, just now we have said, that is to get placed for you as a student. So on this note, the very first reminder for all of us is show up live every single day. I would request you, if you have joined in the class or you are listening to this into the recording and you are thinking to join us back, what you need to keep in mind: always show up live on time, be punctual, and be highly committed. So when you are becoming highly committed, why we are asking you to do so? Because one of key mantra over here is an understanding that how you do anything is how you do everything. If you are showing up here on live, you are punctual and highly committed, the same thing you are going to get repeated when get opportunity to repeat it when you are getting placed. So that's the reason you are developing a habit to do it over here so that you can simply repeat it once you are placed. Okay, so and that applies with every single item you do. How you do anything is how you do everything. That's the universal law as well. Second one is be a full stack student. Here you are not only coming to learn, right? You are also coming here to contribute in a different manner. When we are saying that, then when you are a student, do all the assignments. That would be our request. And when you are doing some assignment, we would encourage you to do some self-research work. Okay, self-research work, that how you can learn a lot with that particular topic which we have shared with you. If you want to explore that further in detail, go ahead, do that. And the third one is repeat what you have learned. And since we are talking about this in the second code of honor, the third one is the take full responsibility of your success as well as of your failure. People always love to do this one. Okay, taking responsibility of success. But when it comes that they have attempted but they did not succeed, they did not even want to and they never want to take the complete responsibility. Just taking mere responsibility of 50% will not complete the circuit. When you take the full responsibility, that completes the circuit. You need to ask yourself whether I want my circuit to be complete or incomplete. If complete, you will take the responsibility of both the element. Otherwise, you will just go for seeking the responsibility, taking responsibility only for success. And the fourth is having wonderful mindset, is about learning mindset, which you do have already, and have the positive mindset on the path of learning, because you have to see that what you can achieve next. Are you with me so far? Just type yes or say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. And when we are talking about learning mindset and positive mindset, make it so much robust that it goes on a complaint free mode. And how it can go, like, you need to load it with the gratitude. Start your day with load of gratitude. And how you can do to get it started by increasing your receptivity during the daytime, or when you are getting started, by listening to Earl Nightingale through Stranger Secret audio, which I have shared with you guys every single day thrice. If you cannot make it thrice, at least go ahead and listen to it once. The moment you will start your day with this audio which we have shared it with, and if you think that you cannot give 40 minutes altogether completely, you can put that audio or video on 2x mode and you can consume that, because starting your day with that level of energy will take your day in a complete synchronicity. And we are talking about synchronization. all the positive output you're going to watch in your day turning the moment you will find it is getting the day is getting over for you. So, and when we are talking about how you're going to get started your day, also we are going to tell you that how you can complete your learning. So learning is a golden quadrant. Learning is a golden quadrant which start with declaration, learning, drawing, and summarize. Okay, whatever you are going to learn first, before that, you need to tell yourself what you are going to tell. So we are going to practice it now. And once you have declared that, you need to learn whatever you want to learn. How we are going to learn and how we can learn anything in just 3 days and master it in 7 days. There are formula which you are going to learn with us. And whatever you have learned, you can draw that, okay, through like we have drawn it in the mind map. Even you can use this mind map to draw your understanding, whatever you have learned, and then summarize it that in mirror with yourself, or shoot a video and share with us. Okay, so that will be the increased receptivity. So while we have spoken and touched this, so are you ready to declare?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so at the count of 3, what you are going to do is you are going to clap and say this sentence. Let me type over here for you. Okay, what you are going to tell? You are going to tell, I am a quick learner. What others can learn and master, I too can do that. Because I am an awesome learner. Okay. So this is the complete thing. At the count of 3, we are going to tell. So 1, 2, 3 with the clap. I am a quick learner. What
What
others
others
can
can
learn
learn
and
and
must,
master.
I too can do
Can
that.
do.
it too can do that
Because I am an awesome
Have
learner.
some learner.
Okay, welcome. So you are ready to get started with the 6 core value and jump directly inside the core learning part. So before we get started, remember to have an intent to be a giver. When we are saying giver with the learner, what exactly you are going to do? You are giving your ego away on the path of learning with the intent to serve the society. And for that, the more you will serve the society, you will find you are spiritually grounded yourself on the path of growth. And that's the reason we always have to envision the doing charity. Once at least you are getting placed, how you are going to do that? You can choose at least 5% or 10% every single month. After getting the pay in your bucket, you are going to give it back to the any causes or any temple, church, mosque, wherever you believe in. Okay, so towards your understanding with your faith, you can go ahead and do that. Why? Because when you give, you grow, and when you just receive, you survive. So you want to grow, right, everywhere manifold. So that's the reason we have to have the intent of charity as well, that it is going to impact our money system too. So on this note, you also need to remember this thing, that keep appreciating what you do and what others do for you, and even something does not happen for you. Okay, why? Because what you appreciate appreciates you back. Are you with us so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, full ready to get started for next day learning. And
Yes.
okay, cool. So Prerna ji, so I think I have spoken enough. And before we get started with the Agile manifesto, I think Agile values and principle, because we were done with slightly touched base with the Agile values last time. I want to share the slide of, before Agile's. Yeah, I think we have to get started with Agile principles, right, Prerna ji?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we can get started, and I want this uh, to start with you. Yes, yes, Prerna ji.
Sure. Your screen hasn't changed yet for me. It's still the whiteboard.
For me too.
Yeah. Yes. Can you please go back to Agile Manifestos first again? Yeah, the earlier screen. No,
25th.
just
25th.
yeah, 25th. Yes. Yes. So again, a very warm welcome to both of you, to everybody who's listening to this video. We did a very good and thorough, detailed session last time on Agile Manifesto. But before starting with Agile principles, I just wanted to again brush up this little because these manifestos are like the pillars of the Agile framework or Agile understanding. So I would just request both of you to take at least one video or one line item once and just share one line of what you understood of that. Then I can explain, because this is more of a revision as well as recalling thing. So once I get that notion that once it is set in your mind that what it is, then it will be very easy for all of us to go ahead into the principles part. So yes, anybody, Varsha, Anila,
Yeah.
whoever wants to go ahead, you can start with the first point. And it did not be technical. It need not be into the in the computer language. It has to be a very simple English explanation of what you understood by this sentence. So yes, so what do we understand when we say individuals and interactions over processes and tools? Anybody?
Should I?
Yeah, please go ahead. It is an open forum. Yes.
So when it comes to agile system agility, importance is more given to how the team perform well and give what customer is asking for. I mean, it could be a software or a product in the sense the software
Mhm.
product. So
Mhm.
they don't get into more of the processes, tools, following line by line items. So I would say less bureaucratic and more into people interacting with each other, or considering it being a very competent and
Dynamic.
dynamic team, or people who are part of the agile team. They are very what you call masters in what they are doing. So
Right, right.
so that's how the team works. They are more
Oh,
interested in getting work done.
okay. I will just like to tweak this, though you shared a very good and decent, understandable explanation. Apparently, while we're working in agile,
Mhm.
with that correspond or with respect to that, we all. It's not that processes are not important or they
Right.
are overlooked.
Mhm.
No, while you're
Mhm.
working in day-to-day life, while you're delivering the expected application, whatever product, whatever you name it, a project, the more importance or emphasis is given to what is the individuals interacting with each other, what is their communication line, what is the latest information. I even shared this last time also, that
Mhm.
what I would say, the latest information or what is the current need or requirement of the client or the stakeholders is. The world stakeholders is very important. We will have another detailed session on that, so do not worry if you don't understand as of now. Just remember, stakeholders mean people, parties who are interested in the project,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
they are involved in the project. So yes, even though processes, tools, they're all part of agile, but when we say we have to, complete or achieve our goal, that time we rightly mentioned, it is not a bureaucratic way. We do not stick to the things. We do not be rigid. We are very flexible, and we give importance, or we give what I would say,
Priority.
priority to what is the people's expectation, what are their interaction, because as I, even at that time I had mentioned, your preferences, your choices, your expectation can change over a period of time, right?
Mhm.
So yes, first of all, thank you so much for explaining, and I hope now even it is a lot more clear. If not, please let me know. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Can
Thank
I
you.
go ahead? Okay.
Yeah, please,
Okay.
please go ahead. Yeah.
First of all, in Agile Manifesto, it's like from the word Agile itself, we can understand at any point of time, you can make any changes here, and not like other waterfall model or anything
Right,
like
right.
that. Here, anytime, like for example, if already a project is being started or it's like halfway, and product owner or a stakeholder comes and says like I need so and so things to be updated, or I need so and so changes. In that case, it's always it's free, it's always we can change it at any time, because as a small part of, like, as the project is released in small parts, anytime changes can be made in this particular Agile Manifesto. And also at the beginning of the time, if a contract is being signed saying that these are things to be done, but in the middle of the time, they come and tell like, okay, I need this to be added. In that case, the project manager or the team never say this cannot be done, you haven't added this in this particular contract, so we cannot do. It's always ready to change. I mean, the changes can be made then and there. In Agile, you can make changes anytime. And also according to the documentation, the software has to be made the documentation has to be clear, so that the software built can be to the point.
Okay, I would, yeah. First of all, you really started pretty well into Agile. But I just want to kind of again emphasize working software over comprehensive documentation means, like as you mentioned in earlier, like in HD waterfall method, there was a lot of importance, or rather, our entire phase was only dedicated to documentation, where other parties like developer testers were not even involved, and everybody was just busy doing documentation earlier. But here it goes hand in hand, it goes with the process. And uh, what is the prime objective of Agile is, instead of giving only documentation or sticking to it, we believe more in delivery, as it is like a iterative or model wherein you keep going through all the phases of development, testing, delivery, or over and above, or keep going in around and around, like you deliver, you go ahead. So that is why it's not that important that you have to finish or complete your documentation. See, the word is comprehensive. It doesn't mean it doesn't give importance to documentation. It does give importance to documentation, but instead of focusing only on documentation, comprehensive, you have to be more focused on delivering this working software also. So you have to deliver to the customer what are their expectations, than to indulge or to invest more time in detailed documentation. So documentation is required. Never even it's not a right statement stating that documentation is not required and not important in Agile. No, documentation is important in Agile, but very crisp, very to the point, very understandable, very clear documentation is expected, and it is provided or it is maintained. But the more and along with that, the emphasis is on giving or delivering the working software, as in give the piece or the project or the sub module of your application where the customer can test it, can use it, can see how it works, like that. So do you understand the difference of the last line what you had said? You said that instead of documentation
Yeah.
we give but yes, instead of comprehensive, that's why that typical word is added, so we don't
Okay.
go too much into the depth that we forget the development and we are only documenting. No, because a prime
Okay.
motive or prime goal is to deliver software, workable software, That is why,
Yeah.
we have to have that balance. That is why it is a manifesto, right? That what is the
Okay.
pillar, what is the piece. Okay. Are we
All
good?
right.
Did you understand the slight
Yes.
difference?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
understood. Yeah.
Guruji wanted to say something? Yeah, I feel so. I feel so.
I just wanted to say that it's a very good that we revised it, because as we say that agile is the ground and business analysis is the
Backbone.
backbone, and that's the reason we want you to go very strong with this core item is especially agile manifesto, which has to be the basic and core concept for you to understand to get started. And that's the reason we want to bring it again and again in front of you, and so that you feel like you are mastering it, right? So we will give you more opportunity to get into this. Maybe you can join some another session as well, where we are starting day 1 or day 2. So I think that will give you more boost to grasp it more powerfully. Yeah, back to you, Prerna ji. Prerna ji, I'm done.
Yeah, sorry. My net was fluctuating. I was talking with the voice, I
Yeah,
think.
no worries.
Yes. So the thing is, absolutely right. That is why I'm again giving so much time on these points, because once we understand the manifesto, principles will come naturally. They are just kind of granular part of what we understood in manifesto, and to have that complete understanding. So the next point is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. I think you all remember this. If anybody can give a 1-2 liner, I'm okay to go ahead, please.
Sure. Should
Yes.
I?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes.
Grab the opportunity. You both can
Yes.
talk also. It's fine.
Mhm. It says customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Um, See, every system has some kind of contract. It could be agile, waterfall, or whichever system will follow. And contracts has terms and conditions or rules or whatever it is. But when it comes to agility, the team do not go by line or just sit with the contract or just follow the contact as such, but they also give more importance to customer collaboration. And here they have used the word collaboration. I think not just interaction, communication, or discussion. When we say collaboration,
Right.
it's like more of a being everybody on the same page. So like
Perfect.
we
Very
know
well
what
said.
you are asking and we are going to deliver what you're looking for. So I think they are more interested in having that you use the word in last session effective.
Yes.
You want to
Perfect.
deliver
Perfect.
what is being asked more effectively.
Very well.
And
Very, very well summarized. Super. Yeah. And the last point.
responding to change over following the plan. So as Anila has said, the definition of agility itself is adaptability to the
Yes. Yes.
capacity to adapt to the
Let's
change.
have capacity to adapt. Don't say adaptability or only use adaptability. A capacity to
Right.
adapt.
Adapt to change. So they are more into welcoming the change, accepting, or I would say working towards it with the client rather than merely what is there in the plan.
Right. Right. Yes. So, so the ultimate goal is you have to respond or give your I would say work on the change which is being
Mhm.
asked, then stick to saying, no, we had this plan and we have to follow that only. When you go
Mhm.
to any typical banks or any old setup, they're like, no, this is our plan, this is our rule, we'll
Rigid.
stick to it.
Mhm.
No, but with the changing times, with the changing customer demands, things should be different, things should change, but they don't realize that. So, like that in Agile, the utmost importance is given to what is the current change, what is the current expectation, then what was the earlier plan. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, are we good? Do you still have any teeny miny doubts? Please go ahead, because this is the forum, because once we get clarity on this, we are good to go ahead. Yeah. So if
Sure.
anybody wants to say anything, they want to talk on this, they're most welcome. They want to share, please go ahead. Yes.
Prerna,
Yes.
I mean, when I was talking about working software over comprehensive documentation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in every, is it like in every company, is this what happens, or do they have any change while they use this agile? I mean,
No,
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 okay.
it's like asking, does the two or three or the basic maths principle change in every company? No, the basic manifesto or principles are same for agile,
Mhm.
and they do not change company to company. Company's version of adapting them might be little different, but see, these are like basic rules, like how rules of physics or rules of science, so you are built on that. Your application, your project is built on that. So these don't change, as in these are the concrete ones. Adaptation of companies might differ. Some clients might be more focused on see, I'm just giving hypothetical example. To be
Okay.
honest, in current world, in real world, in the real IT scenario with respect to agile, in our organizations also, the project which are on agile, they are so high paced, they are so fast moving, fast delivery. So whatever we have discussed, that actually happens and is delivered. Now I'm just giving a hypothetical and rather an illusionary example, so don't consider it as to be the factual one. For example, a customer
Mhm.
might insist on a lot of documentation, right? So that time, it's
Okay.
not that you will not neglect it because it's a customer ask. You will keep working on it, but along with that, your more focus should be or will be on delivering the software. So
Delivering
there
it.
can be some twists and turns, but that doesn't mean these principles change. You have to work on these principles. I think Gaurav might have something to add on this from his experience. Gaurav, like to add something here?
Yeah, definitely. So the idea is that responding to change over following a plan is that the entire agile manifesto is based on one principle, that nothing should be the bottleneck for get going. Okay, so as I also keep on telling that the fundamental behind means getting to the goal is getting started. Okay, so the goal is what, nothing but the completion and delivery of the project, and in between, even though some changes are appearing and they keep on appearing, we don't change the principle or manifesto or values, but we adapt to the change and we address to those change. How do we address to those change? How do we welcome those change? How do we incorporate those change? We are going to learn further in the framework and in the approaches or methodology which we are going to talk about soon, that is Scrum framework as well. So yeah, we are going to talk about that in Scrum too. And yeah, so waterfall was one of the model, Scrum is another, which with the agile we are just starting with that. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I just wanted to add.
Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. So I think we're done with this Agile manifesto and we can go ahead to Agile principles. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the next deck is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Do you want me to continue with this four principle first?
No, I can take this if you want to add
Yeah,
something
yeah,
because I've
go
already
ahead, go
talked a
ahead.
lot.
Yeah,
Okay, yes. So, with in line to what we just learned or we had learned in the last session, that's why I wanted to reemphasize that again. If you say agile manifesto are four pillars, then you can say agile principles are like the shelter or windows or concrete walls and the roof over it, which actually creates the complete home or the complete structure which our agile framework is based on. So, as the word suggests, principles, these are well-set principles which needs to be followed in order to be in line with what while practicing agile framework. And as I highlighted earlier, once you are thorough, once your understanding of agile manifesto is clear, agile principles comes naturally. Your understanding of them will eventually, without any confusion will come. So can anybody read out? I want you guys to be interactive. You are an integral part of this session. It's not, we always, rather, I always mention it's not a monologue. It has to be a dialogue. That's why, I
Dialogue.
keep asking the questions. So do not feel otherwise, feel engaged. And I know you are. So be into it. So when I ask or say something, you are responding pretty well. Thank you so much for that. So yes, can anybody read out this first line? It's a big one. So what are they trying to say here? Yeah.
Customer satisfaction through early and continuous software delivery.
Right.
Customers, okay. Do you want me to read the other one?
The whole recipe.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the whole part,
Cus-
the explanation,
yeah,
one
okay.
liner after that. Yeah.
Okay. Customers are happier when they receive working software at regular intervals rather than waiting extended periods of time between releases.
Okay. And we just kind of explained or share something similar
Yes.
in our manifesto also. So definitely, like I had given the last time example of while you're cooking something, you keep as you while you're preparing the food, you keep testing it unless it is for bhog or for the prasad reason. If yes, there are some guests coming in, you keep testing. Oh, how's the curry? How's the consistency? So you know what is the feedback that you're going on the right track instead of having surprises after you're done. So in similar fashion, I know it's a very funny example, but it's a very relatable one, especially for women who cook or even for the guys who are very much into cooking, right? Because you know where you're going. Okay, something is less salt, pepper, whatever, masalas, you can keep adding to them. On similar way, customers, being human beings, being rather demanding human beings, they are very much happy, or they're very content, or their expectation is they want to see what you're developing on. They don't want to have any last minute surprises. So when we keep delivering what we're developing, when you're showing to them, presenting them, giving them for testing, they feel very comfortable and they're happy. And this is how we go in agile. So see, remember, early and continuous software delivery. Continuous, you understand, because uh, once we finish every module or every sub module, we give it to them. So it's a continuous process. You complete, you give, you complete, you give. I shared I did a circular motion. But through early means, in typical waterfall method, what used to happen, your software delivery was at the end of the cycle, as in it was to be almost like a surprise what customer had asked and what you're delivering. But here you are delivering that uh, sprint wise, or in bits and pieces, so they know what you're delivering to them. They can see it, they can feel it, they can test it, they can understand how it looks, how the application is flowing. So are you able to understand, or do you have any thoughts over it? You can share, please. These are very important. That's why I'm giving so much emphasis to even this one liner, though it is pretty much self-explanatory. That's why we have these one liners along with the principle. So even if somebody reads it out of the blue, they don't have the context, they should be able to understand, hey, what do you mean? That means you are delivering in regular intervals. Okay. And not kind of pushing them to wait till the end of the development. Yes. So any thoughts, any doubts, any anything on this you guys have, please share. Or if I'm okay to go ahead, let me know that also.
We can go ahead to next one.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So second is accommodate changing requirements throughout the development process. Okay, so basically, what happens in typical scenario? What happens if whenever there is any change or any variation in the requirement and ask? You understand requirement, right? That is what we are working on. What the client
Yes.
has asked.
Yes.
So a typical scenarios what happen. earlier used to happen that every change used to be taken up with its time, like, okay, we'll have to get back to you, we'll have to go through it again. It's not like that. Even now we accept any changes blindly, but as the word says, accommodate changing requirement throughout the development process. See, agile being dynamic, agile being highly customer centric or focused, our motive is to deliver as per the customer wants. So I think even last time I had given a very simple example. If a customer who wants to create a website for say travel and tourism, and earlier they asked us to prepare a website with a I would say a sky blue green color. They wanted to have that theme throughout the website. It's a very simple example just for visualization and understanding. But then tomorrow, if their logo is dark blue in color and they want, no, we want our theme to be dark blue because it is in align with our logo or whatever, vice versa, it happens. By the way, these are not fake examples. While working with really good clients, even banking customers, they do emphasize on the colors and the logo colors and the placements and all. So don't think it is a hypothetical one. It is very close to a real one. So what happens, this is a requirement as per the latest advancement, right? Earlier their logos might have changed, or they might have come up with some new design. When companies reshuffle, redesign, they change their logos, like Amazon keeps changing the color. Or you have your what I would say, applications which are on your phone. Whenever you get a new update, some design, some colors, some logos, at times, not every time, they do change. The appearance do change. Like we have a you might be aware, we have a service called Urban Clap here, where they provide everything from household help, as in cleaning, whatever, this, to salon experiences. They have changed their name to Urban Company now. So even that's a change, change of the name or a brand name, or like that. So in such a scenario, with respect to agile, we have to give importance, or we have to deliver as per their what is the current ask is. So yes, and that happens throughout the development process, as until the time you completely finish your project or your requirement or your application or your product. We keep adhering to whatever their ask is, instead of going back and saying, oh, this was not asked earlier. No, this is the ask now, and then we have to keep deliver it as per the entire development process. So you get that, and we have mentioned to ability to avoid delays when the requirement or feature request changes. So then we don't waste any time in going to and fro. We consider, yes, it's a customer ask. It's as per the latest development or latest discussion or their decision making at their end, and we agree to it. But then there is some pointers which I would like to add. That doesn't mean whatever customer asks we blindly accept. No. Even when a customer shares something, we go back to our senior. Generally, it is communicated to some seniors only, or some developers who are maybe in the lead role, or to any other wild discussion with any other typical team member. But then that respective team member goes back to their scrum master or project owner, and these are all terminologies which we will learn going ahead. I just want to use that so you hear more often, and get comfortable with them. So you check with them that is it in scope or not. By the way, the word scope is very important in IT and overall development thing. A scope means, for example, a customer has asked for, just for your explanation, for say 10,000. I'm just for simplicity's sake, their budget is $10,000 or rupees, whatever you want to term as, for the project. And if their ask is something that might cost 15,000, or it is going out of budget, then definitely you'll have to reconsider, or you have to take it with your seniors. Also, if their ask is gonna affect your deadlines, if they're asking for something like, earlier I gave example of change of the color. Change of color is pretty easy. You just have to change a code number of that color or something, very small. But if they want to change the functionality altogether, you have to have some additional modules. It will be a very big change, and then it has to be gone back to the seniors and decided by them in collaboration with uh, the client. So anything that costs you more time, more money, more resources, pushing your deadlines, generally, and it's a good practice to always run it through, always take it to your seniors and then decide. It is not, we're not going to do it, but we are going to do with the revised timelines, revised costing, a revised module like that. So yes, we do accommodate, and to avoid the delays and stuff, we even prioritize. Like for example, if there are some tasks which the customer doesn't want as of now, we can prioritize the current ask over that. This is how we do. We wanted to finish some work, but then you have some other work that is more important. Like for example, you wanted to go out for shopping tomorrow for grocery shopping, but then you realize you're feeling a little sick. Then you will leave that and you first take a pop of crocin, or pop some medicine, and you'll lie down, you'll rest, and you'll feel better. That should be your priority, like that. So if you wanted to go out and some guests are coming, then your going out can get postponed or can get delayed, but you will cater or you welcome your visitors like that. So yes, to avoid the delays, and we take that forward. But yes, along with your seniors, your entire team, just stakeholders, agreement along with the customer. Gaurav, you like to add something on this, because this is a very important point, because I don't want them to feel that whatever client asks, we blindly accept.
Yeah.
No,
Pre-
it has a
I-
process. Yes, yes, yes.
Prerna,
You
I
were
have a
saying
question.
something. Yeah, please.
See, I am going through this line continuously, and I'm also listening to your explanation too. But what it
Mm-hmm.
says, the ability to avoid delays when a requirement or a feature request changes. So the having ability to avoid delays is what you said. One is prioritizing things so that you
Mm-hmm.
know what is to be done first. That is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then does it mean that doing things like proactively, so that, but sometimes I
Proactively,
feel
as
this is,
in,
I mean, proactively checking with customer, is this good? Is this good? Because
what happens, Varsha?
I'm feeling is this impractical? I mean, sometimes the ability to
Mhm.
avoid delays, that's natural, right? Sometimes that happens because if there are frequent changes in requirement, the delay is
Mhm.
going to happen. I'm sorry for this
Yes.
question, but I'm confused.
No, 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 no. First of all questions are welcome. It's a very valid question. But yes, see, when you are talking from when you have not experienced how work happens in Agile, it is a
Mhm.
very, very good and common question to come. See,
From
how do they
outside.
manage? Yeah, yeah. How do they manage this thing if they are frequent requirement? But that's the beauty.
Mhm.
Whenever, that's why I always add the word dynamic in
Change.
between, because
Mhm.
Agile gives you that freedom. But then,
Mhm.
as with free power comes responsibility. Spider-Man's uncle had said that. Same way, with the dynamic nature, you have to have some protocols and some
Right.
responsibilities, and some communication matrices to be followed. So
Mhm.
yes, to avoid delays, you might have to delay the task in hand, whatever you're
Mhm.
working on. You might have to push the timelines. Yes,
Mhm.
so these are just few things which you do. There can
Mhm.
be some other things, like you might have to postpone an entire module or some set of this, because their current ask is
Something
prioritized,
different.
like
Mhm.
how I explain, if
Mhm.
somebody is sick at your house, or if in your family, I'm sorry, I'm just giving an example, or if you're feeling
That's fine.
under the weather, or if you have some other priority, you wanted to visit the grocery store, but you realize, oh no, you wanted to go to some other place instead, or so that takes a priority. Or you
Mhm.
are working on some things in your office, you're working on a presentation, but your senior
Boss
asked, your
asked
boss
something.
asked you to come and finish a documentation with him first. Okay, that definitely takes a priority, because it's come directly and it's come urgently, right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
you are working on a plan as per the agile sprint. You have all the backlog items, you have all the current items in your hand, but then if there's something change, and this is a part of agile, that's why I'm giving so much importance, so you'll take it up.
Mhm.
So to avoid delays, how to manage it up, that is the whole game, or that is the whole thing to be actually understanding. And then that is taken care by with your help of your seniors and along with the customer. See, customer is as involved as everybody else in this process. That's why I'm saying, it's not a random thing. Most of the senior or developers are talking. I have worked in agile. We remember we used to have daily calls with customers, at time videos also. And I'm talking about this thing of before last 8-9 years. That time it was very new. Agile was blooming, or it was kind of
Relatively new.
yeah, kind of growing that time. Now it is all set and it's well. So it used to be so fun as well as scary. It was like studying with your teacher. so
Yeah.
so yes, though you were happy that you're on the right track, but you're always monitored, you're always
Yeah.
supervised. Though it is good because the time is so short and you have to deliver, so it's good that you work along with them. So that is what you're talking to them, you're having discussions, meetings with them, so you know what they're expecting. Even sometimes, to be very honest, some seniors or some good developers or good team members, they already know where
Guide.
they're heading. So they can come up with their team and say, "Okay, hey, this is how my direction is flowing, and there might be this ask," or because this comes naturally, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
So
most of the
first of
time
all,
they know
uh
it, like, by so most of the time the team leads
many
know
of
that
the
that
times
from
I
their
would say you
experience.
get an idea because you work so closely, but then there can be out of the blue surprising elements depending on what are see, if there is some monetary policy change in the government, if there is some subsidies tax changes in the government policies, if those are to be if those are to be make very good difference in the company's way of work, then that can be a surprise, or that can be a very personalized ask for that customer. Okay, because things are different for travel tourism, for IT, for agriculture, for education, for medical, right? So
Yes.
depending on your particular client, I'm telling you, sky's the limit, and there's so much to learn. And trust me, it's very interesting. You might
Yes.
feel as of now overwhelmed that like it is too big, it is too confusing. No, when you actually work with the client, it's even very I would say
Engaging.
motivating, and yeah, it is very strengthening also, that you're learning so much and you're knowing things and you're dealing with them and you're catering to them, the
Yeah.
feeling of delivering something someone is asking for in a very effective manner is amazing. You all must be
It's fun.
knowing that, so whenever we cook something amazing, we build something amazing, we create something amazing, we paint something amazing, or we do anything that you are happy with it, you feel that sense of achievement, or sense of confidence, self-worth. So here the customer is actually paying your organization or your team, or however, and then you're delivering something to them, it makes you feel so good. It's a great motivator, it's because end of the day we are all together in this, we are here to give the delivery. So yes, a valid question, but with respect to agile, things are very dynamic, and the priority is always given to the customer ask. Right? Anything else, or I would just like to ask Gaurav if you want to share something.
Yeah, so
Yes.
the most important thing over here is this, that a very good question, that how do we manage it? So yeah, eventually you are going to learn about what PBI management, what is this? So it's about product backlog management, what exactly it has to do with managing the delay and all. So those entire thing we are going to learn eventually in coming days. So also, as Prerna ji was mentioning, the changes happened due to taxes, law, and other things. So it has got the impact, where it has got the impact on your projects. So yes, and that's what we had covered inside our one of the inner circle call with the PESTLE. Okay, if you remember that,
Yeah.
PESTLE. So yeah, so this has been backed by that, and yeah, so don't worry that how do we manage, because you are going to learn that, and eventually you are going to learn that how you are going to manage as well. So yeah, that only I wanted to add, Prerna ji. Do you want me to move
Yes,
to the
thank you,
next
thank
slide,
you.
or
Yeah,
you want to
no,
continue?
no, we are still on the third point. Frequent delivery of working software. I think Anila and Varsha can explain this because we have already explained this in Agile Manifesto, and it is the same or similar point. Yes. So frequent delivery of working software. Please go ahead. What you feel? I want to know.
So when
Okay.
Anila,
Okay.
you please go ahead. I talk a
No,
lot.
you started already. It's okay.
So
I'll add later.
wait, what? Anila, you want to say?
पहले आप में no train bus छूट जाती है. So yes, why not? Anila, start.
Yeah, actually, frequently delivery of working software is like we already saw in Agile Manifesto that for the main thing is that like we focus on delivery. So every in Agile, every regular intervals we need to give the work, delivery. So like for example release, no, I'm right, I guess, right?
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, a frequent release of the software,
Right.
and yeah, and we make sure whatever we deliver, it is in the fullest. Like there isn't any default, like any fault over there. Whatever small part of, even if it is a very small part of that particular project, we make sure the delivery is at the fullest, because our main motive is that the customer has to be satisfied with the frequent delivery of the with the frequent delivery. So we make sure whatever we deliver, it has to be fullest. I hope that
Yes.
is.
So this principle states that we have to accommodate the working software, software sprints and iteration at a regular delivery. I see this going forward when you know about how to, sprint planning and how to do all those things. These are all the planned things. So this is a part of the plan that whatever we have planned for the particular week or the sprint, 15 days sprint, 15 or 2 weeks or 3 week sprint, we deliver. So it's more of a statement than anything else, that we have a frequent delivery of working software. It's as plain as it may sound. It means that. So yeah, Varsha, you want to add something to this, or you're good to go ahead? Because this is
I'm
what
fine
this
with-
point is.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
perfect.
can move on.
Yes. So the
Prerna,
next, yes,
Prerna, I have a doubt. Like
yeah, please.
yeah, you have worked in so many projects, right? I mean, it's been a
Yes.
lot of, yeah. So have there been any situation where, like, as you said earlier, the customer, they come and say, like, we, we need so and so changes. And ultimately, we are going to say, like, it is going to cost more, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in that situation, will the customer say, okay, it costs more, so we don't want that change? Like, has there been any situation?
Happens.
Yes. See, very valid question. What happens? I'll give you a real life example. I worked on a banking website, and you know how more of banking mutual fund website, and in that they had some, I would say, they show the trends and all in that graphical manner. You have that like heart rate kind of lines going upwards and downwards, where they have that interest rate and sale and whatnot, depending on what kind of data they want to share. You remember the graphs, right? Which we did in the school in the graph book.
Yes.
Am I able to get you? Yeah. The graphs, like if you go on any monetary websites, like Money Control or stuff like that,
Trends.
or whenever you see any news, the rate of gold, rate of silver, rate of whatever, the trends upward and downward. So just imagine the typical graph. So that kind of graph was there. And what happened, sadly, in one of the presentation, when we pitch in, our designer had taken an image from internet to display them that graph will have the description or detail of what the graph is showing. There will be a pointer, and even if you go up and down on the graph, the values will change. So these are all the functionalities. See, we are so much used to looking at these things, we don't realize that there is a lot of development and a lot of things go in the background. So that was shown to the customer, and when the actual development time came, and sadly, I had joined after the presentation time. So when the project was kick-started, I was introduced as a manager in that project. And this looks appears to be a very teeny tiny thing, but then when it came to real life development, we realized the presentation or the ask of the customer was was like, for that to be developed, we wanted to we had to buy things or buy some tools from Google or from stuff like that to have that kind of graph, which would cost the license fees, the usage fees, like when we use somebody's tools or frameworks, you have to pay them. There's a subscription or one time use. Many kind of models will be there. So that was on and above the project cost. And trust me, we had a tough time explaining the customer initially that whatever was shown to achieve on that graph, we'll have to buy that framework or buy that subscription and work on that and customize. And earlier they were not eager, but then sometimes you have to take your stand and be firm, because it's going to cost money and you cannot spend out of your own pocket. Anyways, we do stretch and deliver goodies for the goodwill or for the relationship building, but then you have to take a stand and confirm, and then once they agree, you go ahead. So yes, many a times customer do back down, especially the smaller customers with low budget or with strict timelines. They don't want to waste more time and invest more money. They say no and they go with the whatever simple version of development. But people who want to have that flashy or in detailed things to be incorporated, they do spend from their pocket and get that thing. So does this answer your question?
Yes, yeah. Yes.
Okay, yes. Anything else?
No, because I was like thinking, like I have heard many people saying, okay, there are customers who doesn't accept to the, extra cost. That's why I was like, okay, thinking,
Yes,
okay,
that yes, it used to generally happen. That is why we keep customers in the closed loop. They have to know what we are working on and what is happening. There's nothing behind their back as such. And they know if they want something out of the box, they'll have to pay out of their pocket. That's a good line to say, actually. So if there's something new additional that is not mentioned earlier and it is really going to cost a lot for the development, then they'll definitely have to pay for it. Yes, it's a very systematic way. It's not that you're asking out of the blue. Even you convince them, you convey the details, and then they take their own call, right? It's like that. It's a very systematic way. Yes.
okay.
So now,
So
yes.
yeah, these things, will they be documented or like as proof? Will they show anything? Okay, this changes had been made. I mean,
Yes, yes. You have your BRD document, that is business
oh,
requirement document. See, we mentioned that, that client collaboration over comprehensive documentation. So yes, we are listening to the customer, but that doesn't mean we forget the documentation, because if tomorrow some new seniors will join up, they should know what is happening in the project.
okay.
Right. So for that, we write down, document all these requirements, what are the change, because that's also very important or essential. You should know what you started with and where you going and what are the changes you have been doing. Right.
Okay.
Yes. Great. Okay. So now the last point for this slide is collaboration between the business stakeholders and developers throughout the project. So, and then the one liner is better decisions are made when the business and technical teams are aligned. So you remember I have said that we have an entire session on stakeholder management, or what is stakeholders. So don't get puzzled by this word. A stakeholder simply means everybody, every person, every party involved in your project. So the collaboration between the business stakeholders and development team means uh, your management, your business, your maybe your marketing, advertising, or every people coming from non-technical, as in along with the developers, testers, people who are actually doing the coding and delivering to the client, along with them, everybody who is involved in this project, like the maybe the designer, the BAs, the scrum master, the project owner, the project manager, the senior management people, everybody works in coherence, everybody works in coordination, everybody is aligned. By stating, I meant to say, whenever there is a new change coming in, as I said, that you know, you running through, you talk that with your senior, you discuss that with your senior, and then take a call. And you know, like costing decisions cannot be taken by a junior developer, or you know, on junior level person. They have to go back to their seniors, or you know, again to the senior management, or maybe if it is very huge, to a higher management also. So like that, when you work as a team, you know, like in house, when you were kids, you wanted to buy something expensive, you wanted to have something expensive, you'll go to your mother, then you go to your father, and you know, if your grandparents are there, you talk to them also, and you try to convince them, or you try to get from them, or you try to get the advice. Like that, as a team, as a family, you work together, and that really helps the business and the teams to be aligned, to be on same page. So tomorrow, when you have any discussions or any presentations, and because every day you're talking to the customers, you know that you are all on the same page and you have the better understanding. So it simply means you have to have a good communication and in and out rapport with everybody who is involved in this project. It can be from a very small or young developer, or you know, junior level developer, as well as to a very high or senior level manager, or you know, authoritative person in your organization, right? Any questions, any thoughts on this?
Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Gaurav, I would like to, you know, request you to share your views, and if fine, you can take the next slide and how to go about it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prerna, and everyone out
Welcome.
here participating. So yeah, so understand the thing that as I shared for previously, that the ultimate goal is to you know, let not things become a bottleneck in the process of delivering the project. And also we have talked about various items over here, so like documentation. Yeah, definitely, with minimal documentation we ensure that we capture every communication. Okay, on this note, I want to further move to the next four principle capturing. That, remember, in this four principle, what we are going to cover, we need to make sure that support, trust, and motivating the people who are involved is the key factor. Okay, as a part of principle. So that's why we have to have a motivated teams are more likely to deliver their best work and than unhappy teams. And that's the reason, understand this part when we are talking that we are doing a project. This training, right, this training is not just mere training, this is a project. Why this is a project? Because there is a goal behind it. Why? What kind of goal there is behind it? So the goal of getting you placed, and with the same goal you are also getting driven into this project of training. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So that is the support factor, trust factor, and motivation factor. We are making sure you are liking or you are loving to get going with not only with getting started. Okay, so get going is also another key factor, and that's why the very fifth principle is concrete part of Agile Manifesto. Now let's move to sixth one. The sixth one says that enabling face-to-face interaction. So we have some term which we call it as daily stand-up. In daily stand-up, what we do, so in that we make sure that agile team comes in together, they discuss something. So we make sure this is not even though they are remotely located somewhere farther or somewhere out of the core location, they are still meeting and having a face-to-face interaction. Okay, only over here, because this is a really late time for you and this is very early morning for us, we have not switched on our camera, but the main protocol should be for any standard that even our team is staying far, they have to participate with the video switched on. Okay, and they can mute their audio until their turn comes in. Okay, so that's the key factor. So enabling face-to-face communication is more successful when development teams are co-located. But now, because lockdown has changed the various approaches, right? And that's the reason we have adapted more the standards, more the protocol, and more the variation the way we do or operate the business. Okay, and that's why I gave you the previous example for switching on the camera. It became the integral part of any stand-up call or any discussion. So yeah, so based on the comfort, we go ahead, especially when we are interacting with the client as well. The seventh one is working software is the primary measure for progress. So what does it mean? In fact, working software is the primary measure of progress. So even though if you are claiming that you're progressing and software is not actually giving you the same feedback, you cannot really align both the term that you have a progress and you have a working software. It both has to go hand in hand, right? Both has to complement each other. Both has to give the proof that yes, exactly, if software is working, it means there is a part of progress been there, right? So understand how does it elaborate over here in seventh point is the delivering functional software to customer is the ultimate factor that measures progress. You are delivering a software which is just a skeleton. It's not a progress, right? The progress also means that all the software life cycle we have spoken about, that is building up to the next level, and customer is giving feedback agreeing to that development. Okay, if that is also the case, we can say and we can measure that progress, then we can say yes, this is the working software because this is building to the next level, to the next version. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Amazing. And the eighth one is agile processes to support a consistent development pace. So remember here the key factor or the key terminology is consistent development pace is very important factor over here. Okay, so what exactly happened, that pace has to be coped up with, okay, along with team development or along with the work progress, and it involves certain processes to support this part of development which has to be paced up always. It has when we are talking about delay could happen because of circumstances, and we have to have a backup plan for that. Okay, so we should have a backup plan. We should have a backup plan for the backup plan as well. So it depends on upon the manager how they are dealing with it, how they are designing it, and how they are developing it all together. And that's the reason the teams establish a repeatable and maintainable speed at which they can deliver working software, and they repeat it with each release. So it becomes the part of what? It becomes the part of the framework. So see, one piece of work you have delivered, if it has been success, then whatever you have followed to make it success can be repeated. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Let me repeat that. So whatever work you have completed, and if it has been success, we can repeat what it has been led it towards becoming success. Yeah. So in the similar thing, and this is not a very complex things or complex fundamental things. We can simply repeat what has led to the success, why it is a key part, because we can adapt the similar item everywhere. Okay. Even in every walk of our life, we can say that whatever has led us towards the success, we can simply follow it, right? Every time. And on the same principle, this agile principle also is standing, and there is no harm repeating that, and that becomes the part of process framework. When I quote it, it means the part of process as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have covered so far 8 principle, and we are ready to move to the next 4. So yeah, there are 12 principles, so we are heading to last 4. So Prerna ji, you can take up over here.
Sorry, I was on mute. Gaurav, if you ask me, I think today for these many, because we started with Agile Manifesto revision also. So is it okay if we take them in the next session, because we're almost towards the end of the session? How do you feel about it? Or we
Yeah,
can ask them,
exactly.
because
I
we a
did
lot
not
of things.
notice. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah.
notice that we have covered so much and we have spent so much
Yes.
time together. So the good news is that we have not really gone far. Okay, we are still covering up the day 2 part. And why it is very important for you to spend more time on initial days, because it is just making the ground more clearer for you to walk the journey towards the success, towards the agility, successful agile person, and to be successful business analyst. And that's why it has to be very, very much clear, because we are spending so much time. We would love to have some output from you, because the key is that delivering or progressive software, right? And in the similar manner, progressive project. How you can indicate that we have progressed so far, even till the extension of day 2, by drawing whatever you have learned and by summarizing whatever you have drawn. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you have any question till now?
No.
Okay, so is this no from both of you, Varsha as well as Anila? And
Yes.
so in
Yes.
case, even if you are listening to this in the recording, and in case you have any question, you can simply punch in that in the comment, and we will make sure that we are taking that up in the next session. So yeah, so now let me stop the screen share and change the view and reshare my screen. And yeah, so I want to ask you guys that what it feels like when we are done with today's session. Okay, so who had answered me just now? Yes, no question just while ago.
I
Okay,
have.
Varsha. So what do you feel like saying?
Mhm.
What do you feel like shouting today at the end of this session?
More clarity on agility.
Wow, more clarity on agility. Amazing. Call out someone's name in the screen share.
Anila.
Anila, what do you feel like saying?
Today's session was very interesting. I must say the Agile Manifesto, I mean, when Prerna was explaining, it made it more clear to me. And I didn't see, like, it was almost time because, time went so fast that, I mean, it was so interesting actually today's. I'm not saying like the other sessions were not interesting. It was interesting, but today's, I mean, time went very fast because Prerna was like explaining everything, and it never distracted from that topic. So it was very interesting today's topic.
Wow, that's super amazing. Interesting is the word. So, Anila, call out someone's name. No,
Prerna.
Prerna. Yes.
Yes. So thank you so much. My word for today is thank you so much for your understanding. I know there is I would say not the bombard, but a lot of information is coming from all the directions to you. There are some new buzzwords, new words, new concepts, but I'm really happy the way you are understanding and learning them. So please keep rewatching these videos, so they'll give you better clarity. As you know, we both are just a message away on WhatsApp or a call away. So first of all, thank you so much for this. And yes, keep repeating, keep revising. So my today's word from this session is super encouraging. Over to you, Gaurav. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prerna. Thank you, Varsha, Anila, and everyone out here. So yes, for me, also the session was really, I was not really following up with the time, and when we completed 90 minutes almost, I was not sure. So yeah, so
Yeah, that's also one thing, Gaurav. I am so happy to say I happened to see the watch sometime back. It's really a good sign when nobody watches the watch and everybody's going with the flow. That means it's really interesting and everybody's engaged. So I'm happy to know that also. Over to you.
yes,
Thank you.
yes, really awesome. So yeah, so I have to share over here that remember this mantra for today, and even if you are listening to the recording, you can take a note of it, that for getting started you have to get going, or even for get going you have to get started. Both complements each other, and to get to a goal, at least you have to get started. So getting started is the mantra. And if you are listening, anyone in the recording, and you are wondering why you have not started yet, this is still a time that you can get started on the path. And tomorrow we are going to meet again, and we will ensure that how much more clarity you will have about the completion of the Agile Manifesto. So yeah, and on this note, I just wanted to say thank you until you don't have any question. Yes,
Yes.
we are good to wrap up. So thank you so much, Prerna ji. I would request you stay back. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, and have a super awesome evening further. Great night ahead. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Bye bye.
Good night, guys. Good night.
Both of you.
Take care. Yes.